starting right off, I want to ask you, um, was Miss Renee interested in Marvin, or was she just being a supportive counselor? Did we misread
I,
that?
you know what? As a person who has been to therapy, if I had a therapist that looked at me like that, I probably would, think that they were kind of into me. I think that I think that Miss Renee at first was very trying to be professional, and by the end of the session, um, he's undeniably adorable, undeniably fine, and the teasing and the banter and like the little things that he would throw in, it just became a little bit irresistible for Miss Renee. And I felt like she kept it professional, and once it was all wrapped up and I think that walk was to be date number one. um I think that, yeah, she was a little bit into him, but she also wanted to like support there was only in that particular group one black man, and so to give him the extra care that he needed, I think that was true and genuine. But then I also think that the more that she thought about it, the more that they had interactions, the more attracted she was to him.
So, along those lines, supporting the one black man in the group, do you believe that she knew or understood the type of lifestyle that he led?
I do believe that she, not to the depth, but I do think that she knew and understood by, where she is from, where she lives. It's local. So as much as she has gone out, I think, into the world and been kind of global and is highly educated, I think she also knows her community, and knows the area, and has had a lot of experience with drug dealers and people from gangs and whatnot. So I don't think she was completely naive, but I think that was even more alluring to her because she's like, maybe someone from this community and this world, if you can help one, maybe that person can help others. I do think that she saw the potential in him in multiple ways, not just romantically, but definitely as maybe a catalyst for a bigger part of change.
So the Power universe is huge. Fans are definitely invested. What was your experience like joining this cast and becoming swept up in all of that?
Well, I have to say, like, what's awesome to me is the amount of theater people that are hired in this cast. I mean, Bettina Miller comes from the theater. So does Haley Kilgore. So do I. I've done 5 Broadway shows, and I just was like, and a lot of the characters that come on that are day players or have a few scenes or recurring characters come from the theater. So that was one of the things that I loved the most. I was just like, oh my gosh, my community is really being able to shine in this. Um, and also, it's just a lot of excellence. I think it's excellently shot. It's one of the most beautifully cinematic TV shows that I've seen in recent years. Like they really are diligent about the period, the clothing, how it looks, and then also, yeah, the fact that the culture is obsessed with the show in a way that it feels like it's like The Sopranos for us, right? It's like high quality, high caliber, and also high drama, high intensity, and just a bunch of really incredible actors to act and play with. London was amazing to play off of because we'd get the script and then we'd start just kind of riffing like what feels good, what feels right. So as far as the fans and the fandom, that's been amazing. But working with this ridiculously talented group of people has been one of the best jobs and joys of my life.
So along those lines, I wanted to ask you, because you have the theater background and working on a show like this, I've listened to London at times mention how he likes to ad lib or go off script. So how much of your scenes were what was on the page, or how often did you guys get to play around with it and add your own touches to it?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think like what and this is how like a good showrunner or good writers and directors, they try to get what's on the page in a couple of shots, but then there's freedom to be like, okay, we got it. So let's like play and loosen it up. And a lot of times that's what you end up seeing on screen because like what comes out naturally, there are lots of little like flirty things that he said that almost seemed like a mistake, but it was actually a legitimate ad lib, and it caused me to be thrown off and go, okay, is this So it makes it more playful because you can get into the habit of, okay, I have the script. I want to map out what it is. And having those ad libs, it allows for more chemistry, more playfulness. And I think that he does all of that intentionally. And it frees you up as an actor to be like, okay, let's just be in the moment, let's just play. And I think that that helps with the direction, coming down and saying, like, you have the opportunity and ability to play, and we stay in this general pool of everything. But like, it's important to add what we feel too as artists. It allows us to actually be artists and not just like we're we're saying exactly what's supposed to be said at this moment. It's very fun in that way, and he keeps it really fun and different every take.
Amazing. We loved your chemistry together. And wrapping up, so where can we catch you next? Because we're sad that we won't see you here, but we want to see you elsewhere.
Well, I just had a movie come out on Hallmark with Tamara Mowry and Lindy Greenwood called Girlfriendship. It's one of the Mahogany movies, that the new Mahogany line of Hallmark. And that is just a fun, loving experience. I just wrapped up my year and a half in Hamilton as Eliza, but I will be doing Merrily We Roll Along opposite Daniel Radcliffe and Jonathan Groff that starts in November. So that's a play, a musical. So I'm all over the place. So-